My friend wanted to relax before her wedding, and ended up seeking relaxation from her uncle. Now, she's demanding us for assistance in covering the cancellation fees. My friend, Dana, 29F, was supposed to be getting married this past Sunday, but things had gotten out of hand, specifically Dana's hands had gotten out of control, but I'll get to that soon. Dana was getting married to her fiancé, Josh, 32M, and she asked me and a couple other friends from college to be her bridal party. Now, from the start, this wedding has been a disaster. I'm just going to point out a few of the crazy things we have had to deal with. She refused to invite my best friend, who she's supposedly good friends with, because she thinks we're girl lovers, but we're not. She had us go to the dress fitting and then demanded each of us pay $2,000 for our dresses. Apparently, she had a specific style she wanted, and while I can afford it, I won't buy a $2,000 dress for just one event, and some of the girls in the bridal party don't have that kind of flexibility with money. Also, Josh wasn't allowed to invite any single females who were not direct relatives of his, so if he had any female friends, they were banned from attending. One of the girls in the bridal party doesn't drink because of her religion. Dana accused her of being pregnant in front of her parents and almost got her kicked out of her house. She was not pregnant and dropped out of the bridal party. She was a class act, though, and never bad-talked Dana, just said she couldn't make it, and we found out about it pretty much on the day of the wedding. She tried to make us cancel our holidays with our families to instead go with her to a destination bachelorette party. I work full-time, even during holidays, so I told her that was not happening. More of the bridesmaids said similar things, and she dropped it. That's just 5 things of countless dramas this wedding was having before the day. Now, on the day of the wedding, it all started off horribly. Dana was having a meltdown because apparently, the flower girl had to cancel because she has chickenpox. She was threatening to sue the mother unless she brought this sick 3-year-old to the wedding. Josh apparently was able to calm her down from this starter outburst, and we began preparations. The entire day, she had constant outbursts. She made people cry, like wedding staff and bridesmaids. The maid of honor deserves a medal for the amount of diplomacy and BS control she had to exert. I, for the most part, took the easy route and decided to work outside the bridal suite, checking flowers, making sure the food was okay, basically, any excuse not to be around the bride. Eventually, I had my makeup and hair done, and then the bride asked for a little bit of time alone to decompress from the stress. We didn't even fight it. You could not see a group of women run faster away. The wedding was starting in 30 minutes, so we figured she would be fine alone for that little while. I spent those 30 minutes just sitting in the chapel with my phone. It had to be about 5 minutes before the start of the wedding when the maid of honor came over to tell me the wedding was cancelled. I asked her what happened, and she said Dana was getting a quick you-know-what done with Josh's uncle in her room, and Josh caught them. I just stared at the maid of honor with my mouth pretty much about to reach the floor. She told me to run and that she was trying to get as many people out before things exploded. So I quickly got my purse, gathered the 2 bridesmaids that were carpooling with me, and we left like the devil was after us. I checked with the other bridesmaids, and all had escaped. That night, I called the maid of honor to check what happened, and the tea was bad. Apparently, and rightfully so, Josh called off the wedding, called her a few names, told off his uncle, and has since left with his mates to, I hope, have the biggest single man party ever. I feel so bad for him. He's an absolute gem of a man. He apparently also told Dana and her parents that she will be paying the cancellation fees. According to the maid of honor, Dana's father told her in front of everyone that she was going to have to pay for all of it by herself for being an S-word. I thought that was the end of it, until I got a call from Dana, not even an hour later, demanding $5,000 to help pay her cancellation fees. According to Dana, it was our duty as the bridal party to pay her cancellation fees. I obviously told her no and that she might as well lose my number. I'm never speaking to this woman again. This has been pretty much the reaction of all bridesmaids and the maid of honor. And by the way, the maid of honor is Josh's older sister. Edit. Someone said this was fake because there are no cancellation fees the day of the wedding. Oh, pardon me for not knowing how wedding planning works when I've never worked on or cared for planning a wedding. Cause, you know, it must be common knowledge for everyone everywhere. I translated what I was told, and what I was told by the bride is, Necesito el dinero para pagar la boda. El hijo de puta cancelo y me están cobrando. Feel free to figure the translation in English. Update 1. Hey everyone, I know a lot of people want to know what happened. After talking to Josh yesterday, he asked me to only say that he's okay, figuring things out, and moving on. We're going to stay friends with him and his sister. Dana was told that no one in the group wants to interact with her, and since then, it's been mostly radio silence. I can't share more about Josh's future plans, as he asked me not to. He did have a good laugh at some of the comments I showed him and appreciates the support. The one detail I did get corrected on, for those curious, was about his uncle. He's the younger brother of Josh's mother, and he's 55 years old. I thought he was married into the family, but I got that detail wrong. I also found out the most disgusting detail in all of this is that his uncle knew Dana since she was a teenager, and given that Dana and Josh are high school sweethearts, I feel incredibly gross knowing that. Josh didn't tell me much about what's happening to the uncle besides his wife is divorcing him. Other than that, I got a major haul of cake, so at least I got something good out of this mess.